A 180 hitter with a 227 on base percentage. And 3-1 pitch might have been ball 4, but she golfed it foul, and the count goes full at 3-2. All right, the video stream is back at WOGO Sports YouTube channel. Thank you to Gavin Bovey for the thumbs up there, and Carter Jager manning our video producers today. Takes 2 people to fill in for the very capable Sam Aberley, wishing him the best this mid-May weekend. And this is a little pop-up in the infield from Geist, and it's going to be handled there at second base by Cassidy Poplinski for out number 1.
Number 5, the left fielder, Grace Emmons.
The name Poplinski, think of Mike and Michelle Poplinski, wonderful couple. Mike, a longtime elementary teacher, the former Olympic curler, and has been a curling coach, it seems. And Michelle, basketball coach at Altoona, previously at Eau Claire North. Their daughter, Maddie, played at the college level. And so 0-1 now to Gracie Amundsen, the Cardinals' sophomore left fielder, against Howlett. Fastball, called strike. 0-2 now to Amundsen. It was interesting, again, to raise the question of turning this from an 8-team tournament to 4. And there's a ball that gets away, 1-2. Jared Faraday had told us that, some of the coaches had said, we just don't have the pitching depth for that, and it's a lot of games in one day. But hearing from Chad Mix, the head coach of Kimberly earlier, he said very specifically in our interviews, I wish it still was that. And he said, and this is a poke up the middle by the second baseman, base hit for Amundsen. So the sophomore continues to improve in her plate appearances with a single there, 1 on, 1 out for Taylor Schmidt. But hearing Chad Mix say, hey, we didn't necessarily have it either, but he's just like, there's so few days to play, and as long as you're here, why not go ahead and have a third game? So that was interesting to hear that, but apparently the majority of the coaches not necessarily saying that, hence still great competition from around the state, and there's a called strike to a looking Taylor Schmidt, her first plate appearance of the day. Northwestern Bank, building stronger communities where people matter, and proud to support local athletics. Northwestern Bank. Pop up on the infield, looks to be catchable, and it's going to be grabbed there by the first baseman for out number 2 as Taylor Schmidt is retired.
Number 18,
on the pop out to the first baseman. Kennedy Swan now, the center fielder for the Cards, and earlier today she struck out twice and grounded out to second. So Kennedy Swan for Chippewa Falls, getting ahead 1-0 here. Kennedy's numbers on the season, 143 average with a 300 on base percentage. Good at the second and walks in the team to Lauren Shepard as she looks at a strike, 1-1. For basketball, you obviously get the height, and for football you get height and sometimes the weight. They don't necessarily for softball give us the height, but we've talked about Kennedy is a bit shorter, and anything works to your advantage as the wild pitch gets by the catcher, Schradel, and advancing to second is Amundsen, so she's in scoring position with 2 outs, and the count at 2-1 for Kennedy Swan. The 2-1 pitch, she looks at a called strike 2. So 2-2 to Swan, the Cardinals' senior center fielder, in a 0-0 game, top of the second, Shy High and Watertown doing battle on WOGO Sports. The 2-2 pitch, and this one poked first base side, going to be gloved there and taken over, and the out as McKenna Novotny handles it. Cardinals threaten, but don't score. Middle of 2, scoreless. Shy High and Watertown on WOGO Sports.
There are many reasons to open a smart checking account at Royal Credit Union, including no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and a $250 bonus. Getting your $250 is easy. Open your account by May 31st, receive 2 payroll direct deposits of $200 or more, and you'll get a $250 bonus. See details and open your account today at rcu.org/checking bonus. No minimum balance required to obtain bonus. Offer ends 5/31/25. Insured by NCUA.
Is your shopping a bit boring?
Paper or plastic?
Then come to Bargain City Superstore in Chippewa Falls, Rice Lake, and Eau Claire. Bargain City's ever-changing inventory means you never know just what you'll find or how big your savings could be. Name brand apparel, home goods, furniture, even new scratch and dent appliances with warranty. Bargain City Superstore in Chippewa Falls, Rice Lake, and Eau Claire. Your shopping adventure awaits.
To the bottom of 2 we go. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters for visiting Watertown, functioning as the home team here. Willa Reisinger goes 1-0 to Ava Novotny to start the bottom of the second. Novotny, the right fielder, Allison Howlett, the pitcher, and Evie Rhodes, the designated player. There's a ball low. So 2-0 to Novotny. In that cleanup position, so you got to respect the possibility of the power that position and the reputation that precedes that slot in the order. And this one grounded foul down the third base line. The count goes to 2-1. Has that small chip in your windshield turned into a big crack? Call White City Glass today, serving all of western Wisconsin. White City Glass. Dawson Halverson, our radio producer. Thanks to Greg Stewart for serving in Game 1. And our talented video producers, Gavin Bovey and Carter Jager, here today as well. And this is a foul ball out of play, and the count 2-2 now to Ava Novotny, the right fielder, number 1. Turn your dreams into reality with Stelter Incorporated, the highest quality and longest lasting concrete for 3 generations. Stelter Incorporated, always proud to support local sports. Visit StelterIncorporated.com. And so the strikeout to Reisinger as she gets her second K of the day, and she retires Ava Novotny, the cleanup hitter, that brings up Allison Howlett. 0-0 game, bottom of 2 here on WOGO with the live video stream at WOGO Sports YouTube channel and on Facebook. And lots more great action coming your way Monday and Tuesday, McDonald Sports, and then we'll have Thursday the game from New Richmond here on WOGO. As the count goes to 0-2 now to Allison Howlett. The pitcher trying to help her own cause here. Watertown, the home team in this one. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Reisinger cruising right along with the strikeouts. Her third of the game already.
Batting 6,
and
number 9,
infield celebrating around the circle, and it brings in Evie Rhodes, the designated player. Yeah, checking the schedule for you, we've added this game on Monday, and for the Cardinals, that is McDonald baseball against Cadata, 4:40 pregame here at Gannon Family Field. As the count goes to 1-0 to the 6-hitter Evie Rhodes, and then Tuesday, McDonald softball at home against Somerset. Swing and a miss. Reisinger's got it going on, 1-1 here. Watertown the winner earlier over Superior, upping their record to 15-4 against the 12-10 Cardinals here. The 1-1 pitch, grounded foul. The count goes 1-2. Again, for taxes, accounting, and bookkeeping, there's only one name you really need to know, and that's Chippewa Valley Financial Services. Whether it's for you or your business, Chippewa Valley Financial Services is always here to help. And there's the pitch by Reisinger, took something off of it, and the count goes to 2-2. 2 out, bottom of the second. The Watertown Goslings, game 2 of this quad against the Cards. Shy, a thrilling 6-5 win. We'll have those highlights again in the postgame. There's a ball high, 3-2. 3-run homer from the Cardinal catcher, Lauren Shepard, and later the game-winning hit by Allie Geist. 2 runs scoring, a play at the plate. Very close play. And there's the ground ball. Romanowski deep in the hole, throws it across the diamond, and called in by Geist for the out. So a nice play that time by the Cardinal shortstop, Romanowski. End of 2, it's Chi High and Watertown scoreless on WOGO Sports.
Stuck on ideas for summer fun? Looking for a place that keeps the whole family entertained? We've got the solution. Metropolis Resort in Eau Claire. Dive into Chaos Water Park with water slides, a lazy river, and splash zones for the little ones. Plus, the fun never stops at Action City. Entertain everyone with go-karts, trampolines, mini golf, and more. See you all summer long at Metropolis Resort, where the fun never stops.
Metropolis Resort. MetropolisResort.com.
Whether it's in education, business, or athletics, being part of a team is something truly special. This is Jamie Lebrand, Market President at Northwestern Bank, and every day our team is here for you, for your family, your business, and your community. At Northwestern Bank, you'll find all the technology and services of big banks, but in a personal setting that shows that people are what we value most. Northwestern Bank, building stronger communities where people matter. Member FDIC.
To the top of the third we go for Chippewa. To the top of the order, it's Roz Twyman, Georgia Romanowski, and Lauren Shepard for Jared Faraday and Chelsea Sikora's Lady Cards. 23rd game of the season. Twyman looks at a called strike one. Again, Roz, 3 walks and a hit in game one. Yeah, she had 2 walks and a hit in game one and a strikeout. And struck out to end the bottom of the 6th as the count goes to 1-1. But the Cards able to bounce back, find a way to do it, find a way to win. And there's a ball high. Winning is contagious, right? I mean, it's just that confidence. It's so important as a leader, so important as a person, so important in sports. And Cards boosting their confidence with that come from behind win in the bottom of the 7th. Allie Geist in the game-winning hit as the count goes 3-1 to Twyman now. Check out the Metropolis Resort Smile Cam to catch all the in-game reactions today. And this one, foul ball over the fence on the first base side. Yeah, it's constant smiles at fun at Metropolis Resort in Eau Claire with Action City, Chaos Water Park, and on-site dining and coffee. Book your adventure today at metropolisresort.com. And Twyman is aboard for the 3rd time today on a walk.
Georgia Romanowski.
First time in this game. And actually, is it her 2nd? She had reached earlier. And so here in the 3rd inning, she's aboard with the free pass. And so the leadoff runner on, and now Romanowski's going to bunt one beautifully down the first base side. The throw to first is not going to be in time. They're going to say off her foot foul ball is the call from the first place umpire, and he'll talk with the home plate umpire. And they're apparently going to go with that. Okay. It was a beautiful bunt, but apparently hit her foot. So count goes to 0-1 to Georgia. Yeah, 2 walks for Twyman. I look at my notes here a little closer. Yeah. So she's had 2 this game, 2 last game. And there's a bunt foul. So 0-2, yeah. Looking at those numbers, we said 13 walks for Shepard, and that Kennedy Swan was 2nd with 9 coming in. But as I check some of those numbers, Twyman right there is she had 6 walks coming into today. She's got 10 now. Romanowski stepping up in the box, gets struck out looking, and so Georgia goes down.
Catcher,
and that's the
Shepard.
2nd K of the day for Howlett, Allison Howlett, the right-handed pitcher. So 1 out, 1 on, scoreless game, top of the 3rd. Lauren Shepard, the junior catcher, she looks at a called strike one. So 0-1 to Shepard in that 3 spot with McKenna Bauer on deck. Runner at first, the very speedy Roz Twyman. And this one, she's going to hit a little looper to the outfield. It's going to get in there for a base hit. Twyman to 2nd. So the Cards with runners at 1st and 2nd. So Chippewa making a little bit of noise here.
Third baseman, McKenna
in the top
Bauer.
half of the 3rd inning as Shepard getting the single to center field. So runners at 1st and 2nd. And McKenna Bauer, who reached on an error on the first baseman earlier. There's the pitch. And this one off of her bat, kind of a check swing. 0-1. to Kenna. For a limited time, Royal Credit Union is offering $250 for new checking accounts so you can get the perks you need plus an extra bonus for making the switch. Opening an account is easy. Visit any Royal Credit Union office or go to rcu.org. No minimum balance required to obtain bonus. Offer ends 5/31/25. And insured by NCUA. And another check swing foul, and it's 0-2 to Bauer, the Cardinal cleanup hitter. Top half of the third, Cards the visiting team, even though it's at Casper. Maybe flip the coin for that or something. 0-2. Bauer in the front part of the box, fouls it off again. Kenna's sister, Maddie, joined us earlier. Both played the hot corner. Maddie at Chi High, now off to Winona State after a couple years in junior college out of Mason City, Iowa, and recovering from that shoulder surgery, doing better. There's a check swing up the middle, and it's going to the pitcher out at third. The throw over to first is going to be not in time. And so fielder's choice, so she grounds it out. Fielder's choice at third base, and Bauer reaches. And they cut off Twyman, the lead runner. So two are out now. And it brings up Henkelman. And Laney had that huge hit in the seventh to keep that rally going. 242 hitter, 333 on the season. Cards looking for their first run, and Henkelman in the hole, 0-1 to Allison Howlett. Again, setting it for you got Bauer at first and Shepard at second. The pitch, off speed and misses. 1-1 to Henkelman in the 5 spot for the Cardinals. 1 ball and 1 strike to the designated player, Henkelman. And that's a called strike, and it's going to allow the runners to advance as it passed ball. Catcher had it, couldn't hold on. Adeline Schradel. And so 2 runners in scoring position for the Cards with 2 outs now, and Henkelman looking at a 1-2 count. So opportunity here for the Cardinals. See if they can capitalize against Howlett. The pitch. And this one grounded to the pitcher. Throw over to first in time for the out. So Watertown gets out of it. Middle of 3, Chi High and Watertown still scoreless on WOGO, Hallie, Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls.
Location, it's very important. But what happens when you can't get to the glass repair shop to fix your windshield? Call White City Glass. They'll come to you. It doesn't matter if you're in Abbotsford, Arcadia, Rice Lake, or Hudson, or any place in between. They've installed thousands of windshields in thousands of places for 50 years. They know what they're doing. It's your car. It's your choice. Tell your insurance company you insist on White City Glass.
White City Glass.
Propane is energy efficient and affordable, and Quality Propane and Fuels has been the trusted propane supplier to northern Wisconsin since 1996. Propane keeps the lights on and your appliances and furnace running even during power outages. Trust the team at Quality Propane and Fuels, committed to their customers and always looking to improve safety and efficiency, helping you cut energy costs. Payment programs available for any situation. Residential, commercial, or industrial, choose Quality Propane and Fuels. Call, stop by, or visit qualitypropaneandfuels.com.
We head to the bottom of the third with Chi High and Watertown scoreless here on WOGO. Mark Halverson on the call. Dawson Halverson back in our WOGO studios. Our radio producer, and Gavin Bovey and Carter Jagger, our video producers, with the live video stream on the WOGO Sports YouTube channel and on Facebook. 7, 8, 9 hitters for Watertown. McKenna Novotny, Maddie Novotny, and Lexi Lambert.
The first baseman, McKenna Novotny.
Hey, Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire is the trusted leader in weight loss with doctor-recommended personalized weight loss and nutrition plans. I'll tell you more about them in a moment. The pitch from Reisinger called strike 1 to McKenna Novotny. Yeah, our own Caleb Swenson lost 55 pounds, did it in less than 3 months on the Livia plan. He's kept it off for well over a year now. So it's not just getting it off, it's keeping it off. And swing and a miss, strike 2. And Caleb's done that as an example of what the Livia plan can do. Livia also has the best pricing on GLP-1 and weight loss medications. Mention WOGO Sports to save 50% off your personalized weight loss and nutrition plan. Livia Weight Control Center, Eau Claire. The 0-2 count, and Reisinger able to retire Novotny and her 4th strikeout victim of the day already. And Willis got it going on. She's retired the first 7 hitters, and it brings up Maddie Novotny.
Maddie Novotny.
One out, bottom of the third, and there's a ground ball to short. Romanowski got it, throw over to first, and in time for the out. So that strong arm from Romanowski bailing her out as she initially had some struggles with the ball. But that great arm we saw at third base as a freshman last year obviously continues on at short. It's something that speculation, obviously, people were like, who's going to replace Steinmetz at short? Paige Steinmetz, and Georgia doing it as a sophomore. Ball fouled off. So she's going to have 3 years to just really make that shortstop her home. And it's a position you can pencil in for the future and hope she stays healthy. But, yeah, defense. We talked about our choice and Ford keys to the game. Starts with your pitching. Reisiger doing a great job. The defense behind her. There's a ball missing, 1-1. And then do what you can at the plate. And sometimes they're more offensive games like the Chai win over. Came right down to the last out, even staring at their final strike, but the Cards able to overcome. There's one that kind of gets away from Reisinger, 1-1. With Henkelman and Geist. A lot of times you look at, and we talked a lot about in the first game about Twyman and Romanowski and Shepard, but Henkelman and Geist coming through in that 5 and 6 spot to get the hit and then the game winner. There's a called strike, and the count going to 2-2 now to a looking Lexi Lambert, the left fielder for the Goslings. In a scoreless game here, bottom of 3. Not particularly inviting. This is what 60 feels like. And there's a check swing off the bat. It's in fair play. And they're going to throw it over to first for the out. And Reisinger is down. I don't know what happened. It was just she threw, and she is down.
Looking to third for Watertown, 0 runs, 0 hits, 0 errors, 0 left on base.
And now Sikora at Chelsea Sikora and Jared Faraday out to tend to her. And she's on her knees. And we'll take our break. The out was completed there. It was an odd play. She sort of a check swing by Lambert, fielded by Reisiger. She threw it to first for the out. She remains on her knees. We're back in a minute on WOGO Sports.
At Chippewa Valley Financial Services, they know that taxes and bookkeeping are a necessary part of life and business, but often the last thing you'd like to be working on. With offices in Chippewa Falls and Eau Claire and a full staff of accountants, bookkeepers, and tax preparers, Chippewa Valley Financial Services stands ready to help businesses and individuals, taking away the burden and freeing up your time for what matters most. For taxes, accounting, and bookkeeping, there's only one name you need to know: Chippewa Valley Financial Services.
Hey, it's Caleb for Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire. The team at Livia personalized a weight loss and nutrition program just for me, and I lost 55 pounds in less than 3 months, and I've kept it off for well over a year. Livia also has the best pricing on GLP-1 medications, and they offer Lipo B12 and NAD Plus as well. Right now, you can save 50% on Livia's award-winning nutrition program. Lose 20 pounds or more by summer. Visit Livia.com, call 855-GO-LIVIA, or stop in to Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire.
Okay, so Willa Reisinger was able to walk off under her own power. We could only speculate here in the press box that possibly she had stepped on her foot or something, but she seemed to be okay and just had some concern. You don't hope and pray it wasn't anything more serious than that. So anyhow, to the top of the fourth we go. Cards functioning as a visiting team in this Chi Quadrangular Invitational. And for the Cardinals, it's Geist, Amundsen, and Schmidt, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, against Allison Howlett of Watertown. The wind howling a bit all day today and blowing out to the right field foul area. We did say a 3-run homer by Shepard, who had good power in game 1, but that was the only home run of the day. And there's a ball high, 1-0 from the hard-throwing Allison Howlett. Henkelman tapped out to the pitcher to end the last inning when the Cardinals had 2 runners in scoring position. And this is going to be a poke base hit between the 5 and 6 hole, and a great hit for Geist. So, boy, I tell you what, if the Cardinals could see Allie Geist in the 6th spot start to get her hitting confidence, and she had a game-winning hit, so why not? to end the last game and win it. And they're a solid single in her first appearance in game 2. Her second appearance. She popped out to second earlier. But, all right, they're squaring to bunt, and then it's going to go foul for Gracie Amundsen, the sophomore left fielder who singled her first time. Hey, Propane keeps the lights on and your appliances and furnaces running even during power outages. Residential, commercial, or industrial, choose quality propane and fuels when you need propane for your home or business. Quality Propane and Fuels committed to their customers and community. QualityPropaneandFuels.com. Howlett's pitch. Bunt attempt foul again by Amundsen. I got to say, Romanowski has struck out her first 2 times in this game, but she really puts on kind of a clinic when she is bunting and worked to great success for 3 hits in game 1, and then able to draw a walk also in that 6-5 win over Kimberly. And there's a ball missing to Amundsen, 1-2. But I think we've been seeing Gracie's batting continue to improve. I didn't get to see the DC Everest game. We can always go back and watch it on the WOGO Sports YouTube channel. The loss last week. Off-speed pitch, and she hits it foul. No, it's right along the first baseline, and they're going to toss it to first, not in time. So it was a full-fledged hit, but it just kind of spun off the bat, and it stayed fair along the first baseline, and Gracie Amundsen's aboard. So how about that one? Wow.
Right fielder. Taylor
So Amundsen
Smith,
continues to hit better. Again, that DC Everest game, she had some good efforts against that talented pitcher for DC Everest, the top 10 team in the state. And the Cards with runners at first and second and nobody out. And it brings up Taylor Schmidt, who popped out to first her first time. Taylor squares to bunt, and she's going to lay one down foul, third base side. So Kennedy Swan is on deck for the Cardinals. And Taylor Schmidt, I don't think we've given you her numbers on the season to this point. Taylor hitting .333 with a 3 on-base percentage, and count now 2-1 to Schmidt. Yeah, .333 average, .333 on base as well. All right. Make it 1-1. 1-1 now. Taylor Schmidt from the right side against Allison Howlett for Watertown. Top of 4. And there's a bunt attempt successful. Third base side. Throw over to first is going to be in time, and the runners advance into scoring position. And that is an ideal time. First and second, nobody out. Taylor Schmidt, successful bunt. 5-3 executed there. The third baseman with the toss. But it's a sacrifice all the way. And so... and that moves 2 runners into scoring position and only 1 out. I mean, it's not like there's now 2 outs. There's only 1 out, so it's the ideal time to sacrifice. And Kennedy Swan now, the number 9 hitter for the Cards, against Howlett in the hole 0-1. And she grounded out to first unassisted, her first. You can hear the wind, folks. It is strong, and it's not a day you'd be lying out on the beach chair or something. 0-2 now to Swan on the swinging strike 2 with Roz Twyman on deck. Those runners in scoring position. So no force out for the Watertown defense here. There's a ball missing. 1-2 to a looking Kennedy Swan with the defense lined up behind the right-hander Allison Howlett. The 1-2 pitch from Howlett, and she'll take a moment to adjust her pitches on the left wrist on her uniform. The black uniforms, tops and bottoms for Watertown, and that one, good job by the catcher that time, Schradel, to nab that one. Otherwise, the runners could have potentially scored. So a great job of a backhanded nab of that ball, and it's 2-2. Howlett to the number 9 hitter, Kennedy Swan. The pitch, ball low, 3-2. So the count goes full. First base is open, but you got Roz Twyman, one of the better hitters on the Cards, on deck here. As Swan, a 143 hitter with a 300 average on base percentage, and there's a grounder to second. Run's going to score. Throw over to first in time, and the Cards lead it 1-0. So there's the RBI and the first hit RBI of the day, as Kennedy Swan getting that RBI. And it puts a runner at third base as it brings up Twyman. And there's a called strike to Roz, and she has walked both trips so far. So the 4-3 ground out a moment ago. And there's another strike. So in the hole, 0-2 now is Roz Twyman. 4 walks on the day. She had only 6 walks on the season before today, had 4 of them today. 2 in the first game and 2 already in this game. The pitch, and this one to the outfield. It's going to get into center field for a base hit for Twyman, and the Cards lead it 2-0. So Roz Twyman with the RBI single down in the count 0-2, and she comes through here in a big way in the top half of the 4th inning. And now that Twyman Romanowski 1-2 punch gets a chance to function for Chippewa, as both Geist and Amundsen scoring for the Cardinals. And the bunt attempt fouled off by Romanowski. Again, she had great success, 3 bunt singles in the first game, but we'll see how she fares here, as she has 2 strikeouts already against Howlett. So Howlett's been tougher for the left-handed hitting Romanowski, who just in the last couple of years has switched over from righty to a lefty. And there's a pop-up out. So there's that, again, a good a bunter as she is. She's struggling a little more against Howlett, and the pop out to the third baseman. But the Cards score 2 in the middle of 4. Chai leading it over Watertown 2-0 on WOGO Sports.
Competition drives us to be our best. That's why sports are such a valuable experience for all of our young athletes. At Toyson Ford, we know the importance of good competition. It's easier than ever to shop for a new car or truck, and that's pushed all of us at Toyson Ford to be better at what we do in creating a great experience for our customers. It's the reason that we have the slogan, "You'll find a friend." So before you head to the next high school game, stop into our all-new dealership in Chippewa Falls and see why you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford.
Only the best. That's what you get from Stelter Incorporated and the concrete they provide. For 3 generations, Stelter Incorporated has been helping turn people's dreams into reality with the highest quality ready-mix concrete tested every day. Stelter mines and processes the aggregates themselves, and their fleet of dump trucks and drivers are here to serve you. Expect the best. That's what you'll get from Stelter. Stelter Incorporated, online at stelterincorporated.com.
Chai leads it 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. And
Brianna Miracle.
the Cards function as the visiting team in this second game of this quad today. And again, you got Miracle, Poplinski, and Craig, the 1, 2, and 3 hitters. And there is a poke into the shallow outfield that's going to get in there for a base hit. And the first hit of the day, as for Watertown, comes the second time through Miracle with a hit to the shallow center fielder. So Brianna Miracle's aboard. Her dad is the coach of Watertown. Mentioned that earlier, the 15-4 Goslings, Matt Miracle. Comparing, and this is going to be a tapper to Bauer. Throw across the diamond is in time for the out, and the runner advances to second. 1,220 students at Watertown compared to 1,574 at Chippewa Falls. So Poplinski scored that 5-3 on the out, and the runner advances to second, Miracle. And so Callie Craig now, who grounded out to second her first time. Also, like the leadoff hitter, Miracle, hitting from the left side, and this one in the air, foul down the third baseline. Your shopping adventure awaits at Bargain City Superstore. That's right, new items added every day with amazing deals on furniture, appliances, home goods, clothing, and so much more. Name brands at fraction of retail price. Bargain City Superstore next to Micon Cinema, Chippewa Falls, and also now in Rice Lake and Eau Claire. The ball missing 1-1. Callie Craig, runner in scoring position in a 2-0 Chi-High lead here. Bottom 4, Watertown. Though it's in Casper Park, they're the home team in this one. beat Superior earlier. And this is a solid shot to the outfield. It's going to get in there and cut off in the left field by Gracie Amundsen. One run is in. Sliding head first for a double is Callie Craig, and Watertown is on the scoreboard, trailing 2-1 in the RBI double. The two-bagger that time by Callie Craig. So the first hit of the game coming with Miracle earlier, but this second time through now, significant as Callie Craig getting a double. And it brings up Ava Novotny, the cleanup hitter, the right fielder. So one out and the tying run in scoring position for Watertown. And Novotny taps one just in front of home plate, and they're going to say it hit her foot, so foul. Strike one. Yeah, thanks to all of our great advertisers. Toyson Ford, Metropolis Resort and Action City, Stelter Incorporated, Livia, Royal Credit Union, Bargain City, Chippewa Valley Financial Services, Northwestern Bank, White City Glass, Quality Propane. Appreciate all of them allowing us to bring you this broadcast. Ground ball between short and third, base hit, runner rounds third, throw it home. Here comes the throw of the tag, and safe. And the game is tied at 2 on the single by Ava Novotny, and the Watertown bats have come alive. Initially, we were kind of wondering, well, Watertown's, we can handle this, but all of a sudden their bats coming alive against Reisinger here in the second time through the order.
Allison Hullett.
As Novotny between 5 and 6 spot, and good effort by Amundsen to try to make it so close at the plate, but diving head first, the slide, able to get in there, Callie Craig, and we're tied at 2. And now Allison Howlett. One out for the Cards. And see if pitcher versus pitcher here. And Howlett high in the air, pop up, it's catchable. Going to be right on the brink of foul territory. And bobbled there by Bauer, but she caught it. Hit her glove, but she held on. And McKenna just like, woo. All right, so that is out number 2, big out number 2, with the runner, the go-ahead run at second base, and it brings up Evie Rhodes, the designated player, who grounded out to short her first time. Reisinger, bottom of the 4th, 2 out. Fires a fastball strike, 0-1. Chelsea Sikora shouting out some words of encouragement and instruction. The co-head coach, love the situation the Cards have. Such a great coaching staff. She and Jared Faraday, Rich Rosenau. And this ball, look out on the press box. Of course, Shelley Miller for so many years. And about this weekend a year ago, that's when they surprised him between games, first and second game, with tickets to the softball World Series. Go to see that this year now. It was the first time he's been able to go. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, so the strikeout, but not before Watertown scores 2 and ties it as we head to the 5th on WOGO Sports.
Discover a fun and healthy lifestyle for your entire family at the YMCA of the Chippewa Valley. Benefit from a wide range of fitness opportunities, programs, and events without contracts or joiner fees. Take the first step towards a healthier you. Visit ymca-cv.org today or stop in for a tour at any of our 5 convenient locations. The YMCA of the Chippewa Valley and Chippewa Falls, Eau Claire, and Menominee. See you at the Y.
Want to reach more local customers? Advertise on WOGO Sports.
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, bases loaded, 3-3 game. The pitch from Gust. And this one up the middle, off his glove. He's going to have to go home. He'll throw and save. And the game is over. The Cardinals win. Boy, Veer able to race in and get the game winner. The Cardinals win it 4-3.
Advertise in WOGO's broadcasts of local high school sports. Call us anytime or click on advertising at WOGO.com.
Well, great drama again like we had in Game 1, and that's why you invite these very quality teams from around the state to join you as they do for this quad. And again, the Cards earlier winning 6-5, coming from behind with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th to take Kimberly, a team that just lost to the top team in the state, Kaukauna, 2-0 last night. And now the Cards, a 2-0 lead, sees Watertown come back to grab a tie here at 2-2 as we head to the top of the 5th. And for the Cards, it's Shepard, Bauer, and Henkelman. And it seems like Shepherd was just up, but, they've made it through. And so Lauren hitting .441 with a .524 on-base percentage.
New pitcher for Watertown, number 15, Callie Craig.
Callie Craig. Okay, so let's get this set now. So Callie Craig goes from shortstop.
Allison Howlett.
All right, so Callie Craig is your pitcher. And Howlett's at third. And I thought Craig had been at shortstop, though. Okay. All right, swing and a miss. So, all right, we'll try to get this set for you here. And so Howlett, number 8, is the third baseman. And no ball and 1 strike to Shepherd, and fouled off. So 0-2 to Shepherd. I got to just tell you, it is what it is. We got... I don't have a full Watertown roster, so it's we're making do as best we can. No balls and 2 strikes. And all right, Craig, the pitch, ball high. So Callie Craig, who had been the shortstop earlier and third base apparently, and now the earlier pitcher Howlett at third. 1-2 to Lauren Shepherd. The pitch, and she's going to smash one to short. Glove there. Throw over to first is in time for the out. And Cassidy Poplinski is the shortstop now. So we'll try to, can't know the players without the program is what they say, right? So Cassidy Poplinski making the play. Earlier she had begun the game as the second baseman. So Shepherd is retired on that ground out. 6-3 to start the 5th, and it brings up McKenna Bauer, Cardinal third baseman, and she'll rip one base hit between short and third, and there we go. Way to go, McKenna. Love to see that. A solid single.
Also into the game for Watertown, now playing second, is Aubrey Fent. Batter is the
so Bauer aboard. And learning from our public address announcer, Aubrey Fent is apparently the second baseman now. As ball 1 to Lainey Henkelman. So top half of the 5th, the Watertown and Chi-High tied at 2. And Henkelman's going to rip one to right field and got it measured for the out. And right is, I still believe, Ava Novotny for the out. So Henkelman hit it well, but right to Novotny for out number 2 and brings up Allie Geist, who singled last time. Turn your dreams into reality with Stelter Incorporated, the highest quality and longest lasting concrete for 3 generations. Stelter Incorporated, always proud to support local sports. Visit StelterIncorporated.com. As strike 1 to Geist, 0-1 to Allie. Facing Callie Craig now, so going to the bullpen. We'll see what the Cards do in that regard. There's a ball high, 1-1 to Geist. Popped out to second and singled and scored. Back in the 4th, the first of the Cardinal 2 runs. Gracie Amundsen got the other. The pitch, and this one fouled off. Count goes to 1-2. Northwestern Bank, building stronger communities where people matter, and proud to support local athletics. Northwestern Bank. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Geist. Runner at first and 2 out. A 2-2 game. Top of the 5th, Cards functioning as the visiting team. Into those late stages, inning number 5. And Geist fouls it off again, hoping Allie's confidence boosted more with that game-winning hit earlier to end the 6-5 win over Kimberly. And then the single in this contest, too. So trying to boost that 180 batting average and 227 on base. And there it is, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Callie Craig retires her. Card Strand 1, middle of 5. We're still tied. Chi-High and Watertown at 2 on WOGO Sports.
There are many reasons to open a smart checking account at Royal Credit Union, including no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and a $250 bonus. Getting your $250 is easy. Open your account by May 31st, receive 2 payroll direct deposits of $200 or more, and you'll get a $250 bonus. See details and open your account today at rcu.org/checking bonus. No minimum balance required to obtain bonus. Offer ends 5/31/25. Insured by NCUA.
Is your shopping a bit boring?
Paper or plastic?
Then come to Bargain City Superstore in Chippewa Falls, Rice Lake, and Eau Claire. Bargain City's ever-changing inventory means you never know just what you'll find or how big your savings could be. Name brand apparel, home goods, furniture, even new scratch and dent appliances with warranty. Bargain City Superstore in Chippewa Falls, Rice Lake, and Eau Claire. Your shopping adventure awaits.
All right, to the bottom of 5, Chai pitching and defense now as Willie Reisinger continues on for the Cards. The Watertown was going to their bullpen a little bit, but Chai, McKenna Novotny, Maddie Novotny, Lexi Lambert, the scheduled hitters. There's a ball missing to 17, McKenna Novotny, who struck out her first time against Reisinger back in the 3rd. Watertown getting both of their runs last inning after a leadoff single. And a leadoff single from Brianna Miracle, coach's daughter, and successfully able to play 2. But a 2-0 count now from Reisinger to Novotny. I was telling Dave Hansen, 5 strikeouts and no walks for her, and there's a swing and a miss, foul back, 2-1. If you have a need for anything glass, I'm talking a new mirror, quality shower doors, new windshield, call the glass leaders. Call White City Glass. 2-1 now. Reisinger. Cards won earlier. 6-5 over Kimberly. Tied with Watertown. 2 apiece. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So Willa, again, even falling behind 2-0, able to rally. She's got 5 strikeouts and no walks in the day. And the leadoff hitter, oh so important, setting the tone for the inning here and getting the late going. Bottom of 5. The 2-2 pitch. She rocks and deals. Strike 3. The 6th strikeout of the day for Willa Reisinger. And the Cardinals start the 5th inning well.
Batter is number 10.
So a good start
Maddie
of the
Novotny.
inning for Reisinger, her 6th K, and 2nd in a row. And it brings up Maddie Novotny, the 3rd baseman at number 10. Actually, she had been at 3rd, so I'm not sure her exact position at the moment, but she's in the batter's box. That's 0-1, and she's swinging strike 2. So 2 strikes on, again, identifying that 2nd baseman. We'll find where she is in the order. Aubrey Fent for Watertown. Number 2. The 0-2 pitch, and this one fouled off. To Maddie Novotny, grounded out to short her first time. No balls and 2 strikes. Willa Reisinger, the right-hander, faces the right-handed hitting Maddie Novotny, the 8-hitter, and she fouls one off again and diving for the ball. Lauren Shepard, wow, just giving it everything she had there. The Winona State-bound catcher, and I didn't think it was attainable at all, but that's the kind of effort. I mean, she's been crouching all day, and talk about the love of the game. No balls and 2 strikes to Maddie Novotny with Lexi Lambert, the left fielder, on deck. 2-2 game, Cards and Goslings. This one, foul territory, but potentially catchable, giving chase Romanowski, and she ran out of real estate. Well, for taxes, accounting, and bookkeeping, there's only one name you need to know, really. It's Chippewa Valley Financial Services. Whether it's for you or your business, Chippewa Valley Financial Services is always here to help. Chippewa Valley Financial Services. The 0-2 pitch. This one to the outfield. Coming in on it, Kennedy Swan, and she'll make the catch. On the flyout, the battle with Novotny ends, and it brings up Lexi Lambert. Great encouragement from Chelsea Sikora for Swan on the catch on that one.
Batting Aubrey Fent.
Aubrey Fent now in the position of Lexi Lambert. So Aubrey Fent takes up Lambert's position in the order. Hitting also from the right side. in a 2-2 game. 2 out, and this one drilled down the right field line, and fair ball. Foul, okay. I thought it was fair. Okay, I misunderstood the sign there apparently. What would be, that's foul, what does fair mean? Like, what would be his indication for fair? Okay, all right. Dave is saying pointing into the field. Yeah, okay. But I didn't really see him point away from the field. There's a ball misses 1-1 to a looking Aubrey Fent, who is taken over at second base now. So Reisinger, 1-1 count to Fent. Bottom of 5. She looks at a called strike, 1-2. So 1 strike away from getting out of the 5th and getting into the real late stages in this 2-2 battle between two great programs in softball, Chippewa Falls and Watertown. Ball fouled off by Fent. Game 1 was just a battle earlier. Shy-High and Kimberly leading 3-0. The Cards and the Lauren Shepard 3-run homer. Then a deep single scored 3 for Kimberly to tie it. Shy-High went ahead 4-3. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and so the 7th strikeout of the day is Aubrey Fent. And no walks for Reisinger through 5. Shy-High and Watertown tied at 2 on WOGO Sports.
In the bottom of the 5th.
Stuck on ideas for summer fun? Looking for a place that keeps the whole family entertained? We've got the solution. Metropolis Resort in Eau Claire. Dive into Chaos Water Park with water slides, a lazy river, and splash zones for the little ones. Plus, the fun never stops at Action City. Entertain everyone with go-karts, trampolines, mini golf, and more. See you all summer long at Metropolis Resort, where the fun never stops.
Metropolis Resort. MetropolisResort.com.
Whether it's in education, business, or athletics, being part of a team is something truly special. This is Jamie Leibrandt, Market President at Northwestern Bank, and every day our team is here for you, for your family, your business, and your community. At Northwestern Bank, you'll find all the technology and services of big banks, but in a personal setting that shows that people are what we value most. Northwestern Bank, building stronger communities where people matter. Member FDIC.
To the 6th we go, and for the Cards, it's Gracie Amundsen, Taylor Schmidt, and Kennedy Swan, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Trying to watch the numbers and identify the fielders here. We've got number 10 in left field, and so that is Maddie Novotny in left field.
Watertown. Batter is the left fielder, Gracie Amundsen.
So to just set that, she had been at third earlier, but now in left, Maddie Novotny. And so let's start the inning. And Callie Craig, the pitcher, and a swing and a miss. Strike 1 on Gracie Amundsen. 2-2 game. The Cards scored their 2 in the 4th inning, and then responding in the 5th, Watertown in the 4th inning, and then Watertown actually in the bottom of the 4th. Actually, they did. There's a pop-up of the infield, and the catch made by Poplinski, the shortstop, for out number 1. So a pop out to the shortstop, Amundsen, and it brings up Taylor Schmidt. Schmidt did not play in the first game and has taken over right field after Reisinger played in that position earlier, but is the pitcher this game. And there's a ground ball to second. Knocked down there by Fent. Not at play. And so there's the infield hit there for Taylor Schmidt. All right. And so Schmidt is aboard on the single. It was not even in time enough for me to give you her average. Taylor, a .333 hitter. And she's aboard. 1 out, 1 on. And the Cards bring up Kennedy Swan. Swan, the number 9 hitter. She'll look at a strike. Swan grounded out to first unassisted, and on a ground ball, a fielder's choice to second, able to get the first Cardinal RBI of this game. And she looks at a called strike 2, and the thrower to first, and the runner is back, diving back. Of course, you can't lead off in softball. You got to stay on the base until the pitch, and then you get to go. And trying to hold Taylor Schmidt over there, the lead run here in the top of the 6th. And 0-2 count to Swan. This one a pop-up infield close to the foul line, and it's going to be caught by Poplinski for out number 2. So another pop-out to the short, the second in the inning. 2 out, and Roz Twyman, the hitter. Roz had a big double in the win over New Richmond the other day. And told you about her good numbers, 429 average, 476 on-base percentage, OPS of 1.048, a 571 slugging, and 33 hits coming into today, and she had one earlier. As the count goes to 1-0, she's had 2 hits. She had one the last game, one this game, so make it 35 hits on the season. Among the leaders in the States, I think I saw 47 or 48 hits. So again, Roz, big numbers though in that hit category, and she by far leads the Cards in hits with 33, 30 for Lauren Shepard, and 26 for Georgia Romanowski. And there's a called strike on the inside, and the count goes to 2-1 to a looking Roz Twyman. Again, 2 walks and a hit the first game, 2 walks and a hit this game. So, wow, that'll help your on-base percentage. She did have a strikeout to end the 6th in the earlier game. Only time she's been retired all day. Ground ball to short, fielded Poplinski. Force out at second in time, so the Cardinal rally is put out right there. And Twyman, like last game, making the last out or hitting into the last out to end the 6th. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Chippewa and Watertown tied at 2 on WOGO Sports.
To help simplify life, people are looking to their homes for more comfort and enjoyment. New home builders as well as remodelers are completing their bathroom projects in style with luxury shower doors from White City Glass. 3/8 or half-inch shower doors from White City Glass offer a quality that is evident, making shower time more relaxing any day of the week. Are you ready for luxury, style, and relaxation? Make the right choice for your shower doors. See White City Glass today.
Propane is energy efficient and affordable, and Quality Propane and Fuels has been the trusted propane supplier to northern Wisconsin since 1996. Propane keeps the lights on and your appliances and furnace running even during power outages. Trust the team at Quality Propane and Fuels, committed to their customers and always looking to improve safety and efficiency, helping you cut energy costs. Payment programs available for any situation. Residential, commercial, or industrial, choose Quality Propane and Fuels. Call, stop by, or visit qualitypropaneandfuels.com.
To the bottom of the 6th we go, and Willa Reisinger facing the top of the order for Watertown. Brianna Miracle, Cassidy Poplinski, and Callie Craig. Here's the first pitch. There's a ball low, 1-0 to Miracle, who singled and scored last time. She scored the first of the 2 runs. And actually, again, looking out here, because that was the inning when they started the top of the order. In the 4th, they got the 2 runs. And now she comes up as indicating that she would do a slap bunt in the called strike, so 1-1 to Miracle. Check out the Metropolis Resort Smile Cam anytime. We've got a broadcast here for all the in-game reactions. It's constant smiles and fun at Metropolis Resort in Action City. And there's one fouled off. Metropolis Resort with Action City, Chaos Water Park, and on-site dining and coffee. Book your adventure today at metropolisresort.com. That's metropolisresort.com. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter, Miracle, the Gosling center fielder. The pitch. This one, little check swing into the shallow outfield, but Romanowski going to go back on the infield dirt and come up with the catch. So bottom of the 6th, first out, Miracle, a pop out to short. We had a couple of pop outs to short for the Cards in their top half of the 6th. And it brings up Cassidy Poplinski. Been doing a good job at short. Started at second. She has struck out and grounded out to third in her 2 trips against Willa Reisinger. Good pitching for the Cards today. There's a called strike 1. As McElwain in game 1 able to strike out 8 in getting the 6-5 win, and limited number of walks as well. And this one grounded to third. Bowers got it. Throw across the diamond in the dirt and cannot get it in. And the runner's safe at first. So runner safe at first is Cassidy Poplinski. And it brings up Callie Craig. 1 out, 1 on. Tie game at 2. Callie Craig has grounded out to second, and and an RBI double and scored in the 4th. The lefty, Craig, who stepped in and pitched the last couple of innings. And this one ripped down the right field line, giving Chase's Schmidt a long run. They're going to have to get it in a hurry. Throw to second. They're going to send the runner. No, she'll go back to third. So another double for Callie Craig. Wow, she's a nasty hitter, folks. Twice now she's just ripped it. She's just camped on the Risinger pitches and just was all over that first pitch. So runners at second and third, one out for Ava Novotny, the cleanup hitter, who singled and had an RBI single her last time. So again, the runner held there. Would have been a close play at the plate. I think they could have got her, but okay. That's a wise decision to hold for Watertown and Coach Miracle. And now they come in thinking bunt, and it's a called strike to Novotny. You don't get your cleanup hitter bunting a lot, but that's kind of interesting because you're going to try to suicide squeeze it? I don't know. But anyhow, that was the situation, and the Cards were anticipating that as they were charging in. So Risinger ahead in the count, 0-1. The pitch, and this one ripped foul down the left field line, and the count is 0-2. Left field or third base line, if you will. So no balls and 2 strikes to Ava Novotny with 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position at second and third for Watertown. The drama. Bottom of the 6th, Watertown, the visitor in this one at Casper Park. Game 2 of this quad. And this one to center field, and there's the chase and the, oh, she could not hold on. Kennedy Swan, 1 run will score. And it's a 3-2 Watertown lead. Swan ran over to it. It hit her glove and then dropped. She had to run towards the left center field, gave it a run, and had to put her glove up on top, had it, and dropped it. And so it would have been a great catch had she been able to hold it. And so not able to do it.
Third baseman.
And so the run scores
Allison
for
Howlett.
Poplinski, and now runners at the corners and only 1 out. And Allison Howlett, who started as the pitcher, but has become the third baseman. And Howlett has there's a ball high. So Novotny reaches on that one, and now throw over to third, and the runner diving back is Callie Craig. Howlett has struck out and popped out to third in her 2 trips. So runners now at second and third. I guess is Novotny able to advance? 1 ball and no strike to Howlett, a 3-2 Watertown lead. And this one ripped to the outfield and a base hit into the gap, and 2 runs are going to score, and it's a 5-2 Watertown lead. Play at second. They've got Howlett in a rundown, the throw to first, and they're going to tag her for the out, but not before her single knocks in 2, and Watertown leads it 5-2 over Chippewa Falls. But the outfield hit nonetheless, 7, 4, and 3 on the out, but 2 RBIs for Howlett as they've kind of jumped on Risinger pitching here late, and now Jared Faraday coming out to talk with Willa about what to do. However, you know, at this point, nobody else on base, and Evie Rose, the designated player, due up. But nonetheless, we are going to see the Cardinals go to the bullpen here, and I wonder if it's Delaney Barrow. And if we can catch a number 4, Delaney Barrow. And from the press box there, we'll see after she fires one in there. She's not letting us see her jersey number. Oh, come on, yeah, it's number 4.
Now pitching for Chippewa Falls, number 4, Delaney Barrow.
Delaney Barrow, just a sophomore. Last year they talked a lot about the 5 pitchers on the staff and these underclassmen, and Barrow, one of those, as she's going to get a moment here in the 6th, and really potentially at this point, though, it might just be 1 out, but the Cards hoping that they can have some 7th inning heroics as well. So Risinger was able to go through the order, the first 9 hitters in order, but then in the 4th they got her for 2 runs. She got 1, 2, 3 in the 5th, and then actually 3 runs here in the 6th. Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire is the trusted leader in weight loss with doctor-recommended personalized weight loss and nutrition plans. Our own Caleb Swenson lost 55 pounds in less than 3 months and has kept it off for well over a year. Livia also has the best pricing on GLP-1 weight loss medications. Mention WOGO Sports to save 50% on your personalized weight loss and nutrition plan. Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire. 2:45 in the afternoon. It's been a great day of softball that started at 10:40 this morning. And the Cards in a hole right now, down 5-2. They were down 5-4 and came back to win. And a tall order. If you're looking ahead to their half of the seventh, the top of the seventh, it'll be Romanowski, Shepard, and Bauer, followed by Henkelman and Geist, who had some of the big dramatic hits for the Cards earlier. But now Delaney Barrow, the sophomore, just need to get one out here to get out of this. Nobody on base at the time, and Barrow gives her a chance to get a feel, and she'll fire a ball high, 1-0. To Rhodes, who's grounded out to short and struck out on the day. The Cards 12-10 after the come-from-behind win over Kimberly earlier. Watertown 15-4. They started the day 14-4, beat Superior 7-2, and the ball fouled off by Evie Rhodes. So 1-1 to Rhodes. Bottom of 6, Watertown is functioning as the home team in this one, as Superior is in a 7-5 game with Kimberly across the way. And probably if they were doing it, if I say at home, my guess would be that maybe Kimberly would be the home because they didn't get to be the home here, but I don't know, that's speculating. And there's a called strike, and the count goes 2-2 to Rhodes. So Delaney Barrow, the sophomore relief pitcher, in relief of the starter Willa Reisinger, who went 5 2/3. There's a called ball, 3-2 now. Like to get out of this. We don't need any other base runners here. We need to love to see Delaney get the out here and get to the Cardinal at bats in the top of the 7th. Here we go. 3-2 pitch is going to be a ball high. So, well, you don't always get what you want in life. So Barrow walks Rhodes, and after Reisinger went 5 2/3 without a walk, but Delaney coming in cold, little bit of warm-up, and McKenna Novotny now, the first baseman. And they're going to the bench, actually. It looks like number 20 here. I'm trying to see if number 20, this is going to be a new player.
Into the game for Watertown, running at first base, number 13, Olivia Selman. The batter is the first baseman, number 20, Ellie Stangler.
Ellie Stangler, the number 20, is taking over at first base. Is getting some more players some action here. There's a called strike, 0-1 to Stangler. And the pinch runner was who? Olivia Selman is the pinch runner at first for Rhodes. And this one tapped just in front of home, and it just goes foul on the third base side. All right, so 0-2 now to Ellie Stangler, who's taken over as the first baseman for Coach Miracle's Watertown Goslings. The 0-2 pitch, and this one popped foul out of play. Cards got a lot of ground to make up here in the top half of the 7th, and don't want any more damage to occur. But again, credit Watertown. Early on I thought, well, making it through 9 consecutive outs for Reisinger, but the second time through they seem to be more comfortable. And some fielding struggles for the Cardinals as the runner advances, but they'll send her back as the count stays at 0-2. But Cardinals, some difficulties, particularly, again, some not guaranteed plays, but an infield play, and then also one in the outfield that was in the mitt of Swan. It was a tough play, but not able to put the complete squeeze on as the count goes to 1-2 to Stangler. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ellie Stangler. Big number 20 in here against the Cards. Delaney Barrow, the pitch. Ball high, 2-2. Reisinger, a junior pitcher. Barrow, a sophomore like McElwam. Mentioned one of the reasons that the school went from a 8-team tournament to 4. Oh, boy. Just barely missing that one as the count goes full. Is that a lot of the teams felt like they didn't have a deep enough pitching staff to do 3 games. That makes a lot of sense. And even the Kimberly coach said that's probably true even for us, but he said he still would have liked to see 3. All right, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count full. Runner at first. Here we go, and there's ball 4. So Barrow back-to-back walks in off the bench for the Cardinals. Not what she or they wanted to see because, hey, you want to get out of it. You've already given up 3 runs in a tie game and fallen behind 5-2. And now Lauren Shepard out with a word for Barrow. With Maddie Novotny, who has grounded out to short and flied out to center, so she's made contact both times. And Barrow, the sophomore, getting some encouragement from her junior catcher, Lauren Shepard. I know from a Chai standpoint, this is enough. You're going to have to make up 3 runs. I mean, Cards were down 1 and able to get the win. And that was the bottom of the 7th. This is only for Chippewa to get out of the bottom of the 6th to the top of the 7th. And she looks at a strike, does Maddie Novotny, one of 3 Novotnys on the team. One thing's for sure, I guess if there's a team gathering, you don't just say, hey, Novotny, because Ava and McKenna and Maddie may all come running. No ball, 1 strike, the pitch. And this was ground ball to short. Romanowski's got it. Throw over to first is in time. Geist makes the grab, but not before Watertown puts 3 more on the board. They strand 2. We head to the 7th. Cards down 3. They need some more comeback heroics on WOGO Sports.
At Chippewa Valley Financial Services, they know that taxes and bookkeeping are a necessary part of life and business, but often the last thing you'd like to be working on. With offices in Chippewa Falls and Eau Claire and a full staff of accountants, bookkeepers, and tax preparers, Chippewa Valley Financial Services stands ready to help businesses and individuals, taking away the burden and freeing up your time for what matters most. For taxes, accounting, and bookkeeping, there's only one name you need to know: Chippewa Valley Financial Services.
Hey, it's Caleb for Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire. The team at Livia personalized a weight loss and nutrition program just for me, and I lost 55 pounds in less than 3 months, and I've kept it off for well over a year. Livia also has the best pricing on GLP-1 medications, and they offer Lipo B12 and NAD Plus as well. Right now, you can save 50% on Livia's award-winning nutrition program. Lose 20 pounds or more by summer. Visit Livia.com, call 855-GO-LIVIA, or stop in to Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire.
The Cardinals need 3 to tie, 4 to get the lead. They did it last game as they were down 1, bottom of the 7th, got the much-needed hit by Lainey Henkelman, and then Allie Geist, the 2-run single to win it, 6-5 over Kimberly. But now against Watertown, they trail 5-2, and it's only the top of the 7th. So we'll see what they can come up with here. And it all starts with Georgia Romanowski. She's a very talented bunter in particular. And they first one bunted foul on the third base side. For a limited time, Royal Credit Union is offering $250 for new checking accounts so you can get the perks you need, plus an extra bonus for making the switch. Opening an account is simple. It's easy. Visit any Royal Credit Union office or go to rcu.org. No minimum balance required to obtain the bonus. Offer ends 5/31/25. Insured by NCUA. 1 strike on Romanowski. She'll square to bunt. Foul. Yet she had such great success, really 3 bunt singles in game 1 and a walk, but it's been a tougher go for Georgia in this one. A couple of strikeouts and a pop out to third. Trying to start the rally. It'd be so huge to get her and her speed on base, but she's in a big 0-2 hole right here against Callie Craig. The pitch, off-speed pitch, and it's bunted foul, and Joe's foul on. It's really more of a slap bunt though. She'll still stay alive. You can't bunt a third strike foul. But it was more of the slap variety. And so she'll stay up there. Georgia Romanowski in. 26 hits came into today, I believe, the 3rd most on the team. You got Twyman and then Shepard with started the day 33 and 30. There's a ball missing, 1 and 2. It would be huge, huge, huge to get her and her speed on base if you have any hopes of scoring 3 to tie and 4 to get the lead here. Really, you're thinking tie, But, I guess you're thinking as many as you can. Any inning, you're thinking as many as you can. The 1-2 pitch, off speed, and it comes up way short of the plate from Craig, and we got laughter here, even from Callie Craig, the pitcher. So 2-2 is the count. Craig facing the left-handed hitting Romanowski. Cardinals down 5-2, top of the 7th, the pitch. And then she's going to slap it foul. So staying alive. Your shopping adventure awaits at Bargain City Superstore. New items added every day with amazing deals on furniture, appliances, home goods, clothing, and so much more. Name brands at fraction of retail price. Bargain City Superstore next to Micon Cinema, Chippewa Falls, and now in Rice Lake and Eau Claire. 2-2 to Romanowski, the two-hitter for the Cards, leading off the top of the 7th. The pitch. And this one poked, and caught by the shortstop, Poplinski. So a pretty good liner there, but right to Poplinski for out number 1. So the Cards down to their final 2 outs with Shepard on board. You'd love to see Lauren come up with, people already on base, but that's just not the case right now. And so Shepard, a .441 hitter with a .524 on base percentage. And here's the pitch. And this one poked pretty well to right center, giving a long run out there, and the catch is going to be made. Nice job by the center fielder, Brianna Miracle, for out number 2. So down to the final out for the Cardinals, McKenna Bauer, the cleanup hitter, and third baseman for Chippewa. Reached on an error back in the 1st and singled in the 5th. Headwind between the 5 and 6 spots here into left field. So, all right, keep this thing going. Get Henkelman and Geist up. They had the big hits last game. And the pop-up, this could be it. Foul territory, and the catch is made by Adeline Schradel. And so Watertown wins it. We'll take a break. Back in 3.5 minutes with our postgame on WOGO Sports.
Final score.
Competition drives us to be our best. That's why sports are such a valuable experience for all of our young athletes. At Toys & Ford, we know the importance of good competition. It's easier than ever to shop for a new car or truck, and that's pushed all of us at Toys & Ford to be better at what we do in creating a great experience for our customers. It's the reason that we have the slogan, "You'll find a friend." So before you head to the next high school game, stop into our all-new dealership in Chippewa Falls and see why you'll find a friend at Toys & Ford.
Only the best. That's what you get from Stelter Incorporated and the concrete they provide. For 3 generations, Stelter Incorporated has been helping turn people's dreams into reality with the highest quality ready-mix concrete tested every day. Stelter mines and processes the aggregates themselves, and their fleet of dump trucks and drivers are here to serve you. Expect the best. That's what you'll get from Stelter. Stelter Incorporated, online at stelterincorporated.com.
The YMCA of the Chippewa Valley, now with 5 membership branches in Chippewa Falls, Eau Claire, and Menominee, a tennis center, a sports center, 2 early learning communities, and Camp Manitou. Join our community and discover your why. The YMCA of the Chippewa Valley. Visit ymca-cv.org or stop in for a tour at any of our convenient locations today. That's ymca-cv.org. See you at the Y.
Want to reach more local customers? Advertise on WOGO Sports.
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, bases loaded, 3-3 game. The pitch from Gust. And this one up the middle, off his glove. He's going to have to go home. He'll throw and save. And the game is over. The Cardinals win. Poirier able to race in and get the game winner. The Cardinals win it 4-3.
Advertise in WOGO's broadcasts of local high school sports. Call us anytime or click on advertising at WOGO.com.
There are many reasons to open a smart checking account at Royal Credit Union, including no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and a $250 bonus. Getting your $250 is easy. Open your account by May 31st, receive 2 payroll direct deposits of $200 or more, and you'll get a $250 bonus. See details and open your account today at rcu.org/checking bonus. No minimum balance required to obtain bonus. Offer ends 5/31/25. Insured by NCUA.
Is your shopping a bit boring?
Paper or plastic?
Then come to Bargain City Superstore in Chippewa Falls, Rice Lake, and Eau Claire. Bargain City's ever-changing inventory means you never know just what you'll find or how big your savings could be. Name brand apparel, home goods, furniture, even new scratch and dent appliances with warranty. Bargain City Superstore in Chippewa Falls, Rice Lake, and Eau Claire. Your shopping adventure awaits.
All right, let's recap this game for you, and then we'll take our final break and come back with highlights. We'll hope to be joined by Chelsea Sikora. The Cards are gathered in the left field area right now in this quad, 2 games against 2 great teams. Beating Kimberly, come from behind 6-5 earlier. The Cards have lost a lot of close games in gathering their 12-11 record, and so that was a sweet come from behind W. But then losing this one, which they had a chance. They were ahead 2-0, tied 2-2, but gave up 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th and lose it by a final score of 5-2. And recapping, I think we can go ahead and recap both games on the day. For Chippewa Falls, in the first game, the 3-run homer from Lauren Shepard put them out in front 3-0 in the third, only to see a deep single for Kimberly score 3 runs in the top half of the fourth. Chahai answered by getting a leadoff walk from Roz Twyman and a sacrifice RBI from Lauren Shepard, again giving the Cards a 4-3 lead. But Kimberly came through with 2 runs in the 6th to get a 5-4 lead. At the top of the 6th, the Cardinals rallied but couldn't quite get anything across, threatened in the bottom of the 6th, only to have great drama in the bottom of the 7th when Georgia Romanowski had the leadoff walk. Then Shepard hit into a 5-4 fielder's choice, and so Romanowski was cut down at second base, and then a strikeout to Bauer put a runner at first and 2 outs. And that's when Laney Henkelman got a single, and ultimately they were able to put runners at second and third, and then it was the game-winning hit from Allie Geist. We'll catch that in the highlights later as the Cards won it game 1 with 6 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors to 5 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error for Kimberly. But in the nightcap, again, the Cards jumping out to another lead, a 2-0 lead. Didn't come until the 4th inning, when Allie Geist had another single, as did Gracie Amundsen. They both singled and scored on RBIs from Kennedy Swan and Roz Twyman. And those would be the only runs Chahai would get in Game 2. And then following that offensive output from the Cards in that one, it was Watertown who came through in their half of the next inning, functioning as the home team, as they came through with 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th, and then later 3 runs in the 6th to win it, 5-2. As Chelsea Sikora joins me now. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, what's your take on these games?
We really enjoy playing these competitive games on the weekends and really kind of, push ourselves and get put in pressure situations, see good pitchers, face offenses that put the ball in play where we have to make plays, and so in that way it was a very good day.
Let's talk about let's see. Let's talk about this game. I'll go back and we'll end on the positive note. So in this game, you guys had the 2-0 lead early, but just not to be, as you end up falling 5-2. Give me your take on this loss to Watertown.
Comes down to, just doing those little things and executing where you need to. They're a team that has offense that puts it in play, and they'll run on you. They're fast. So if you give them a couple extra outs in an inning, that's kind of where you get yourself into trouble. So, it's just, we talked about it in softball. It's inches and like that, those little things. So, yeah, we just got to hone in on those. And I feel like in the first game, we really came through with those inches and those little things. And then this game, just a couple miscues.
I think the miscues that stuck out, though, if we look at that 6th inning for Watertown, you had a couple of defensive plays, one on the infield, one on the outfield, that yes, you didn't quite make the play, and had you made it, it's a different result.
Yeah, and I mean, in softball, errors are going to happen. So then it's a matter of who's going to step in. Are you going to make that big pitch? Or are you going to, make that big throw? So, it never boils down to one thing or this error or that error. Great teams kind of fill in there when those things happen. And in the first game we did that, and then the second game we weren't able to quite do that in that sixth inning.
And again, okay, let's talk about game one, the win over Kimberly. I mean, just a classic game, right? It really was.
Yeah, super fun to come back in the bottom of the seventh and 2-out hitting in those clutch situations, and Allie and Laney coming through.
Right.
So fun in the middle of your lineup. So that was a very well executed game on our part to get those pressure hits, and then Lauren having the 4 RBIs. To get us to that position in the first place. Very well done.
And again, for Laney, just a sophomore, for her to have the huge hit she did to keep you in a position where you've got second and third, and then Allie Geist, a huge situation there to come through with the game winner.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, in order for you to win those games, you got to bat and have people on base 1 through 9. And I feel like in that game, we had a lot of people putting themselves in position to score and be RBIs and be the big hitter. And yeah, it was real well executed and a lot of fun.
So it sets this up now where you've got the games with River Falls. If you take care of business, you're atop the conference or at the bottom. If you finish it off, cross your T's and dot your I's. And then in between those two games that are scheduled, you never know with the weather, but the seating meeting on Wednesday.
Yeah, so we got to take care of business this week and make sure that we execute on our end and play our best ball. And yeah, we have the seating meeting this Wednesday, and where those chips will fall, we really have no idea.
Yeah.
So it'll be an interesting meeting.
We'll watch with interest. We saw your former school that you coached at, McDonald, drawing a 4 seed, and so talking to your dad before the game, he felt like, yeah, probably somewhere in the middle of the pack like that. Again, sets up where you'll have that contest. Hopefully you can hope for a 4 seed to get a home game.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah. That would.
But if you can win the Big Rivers Conference, hopefully that's a statement there.
Yeah. Yes. If we can do that, I think that will really help our case. The win against Kimberly today, that's a good notch in our belt for a little bit of an argument. But there's so many teams that have beat this team or that team, and I mean it all comes down to arguments and where the other teams think you're at.
Very good. Thanks, Chelsea.
Thank you so much for being here.
All right, glad to be here as we close things out. And again, on WOGO, Halley, Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls. We'll take our last break, come back with the highlights, and look at the WOGO sports calendar in a moment on WOGO.
Stuck on ideas for summer fun? Looking for a place that keeps the whole family entertained? We've got the solution. Metropolis Resort in Eau Claire. Dive into Chaos Water Park with water slides, a lazy river, and splash zones for the little ones. Plus, the fun never stops at Action City. Entertain everyone with go-karts, trampolines, mini golf, and more. See you all summer long at Metropolis Resort, where the fun never stops.
Metropolis Resort. MetropolisResort.com.
Whether it's in education, business, or athletics, being part of a team is something truly special. This is Jamie Leibrandt, Market President at Northwestern Bank, and every day our team is here for you, for your family, your business, and your community. At Northwestern Bank, you'll find all the technology and services of big banks, but in a personal setting that shows that people are what we value most. Northwestern Bank, building stronger communities where people matter. Member FDIC.
Remember when you were a kid and broke that window? Remember how bad you felt when Mom and Dad found out? Mom made everything okay with hot cookies. Dad called White City Glass to fix it. That was years ago. When someone little you know breaks one of your windows, bake the cookies and call White City Glass. They're in the business of fixing broken glass of any kind. White City Glass, helping people of all ages since 1967.
Propane is energy efficient and affordable, and Quality Propane and Fuels has been the trusted propane supplier to northern Wisconsin since 1996. Propane keeps the lights on and your appliances and furnace running even during power outages. Trust the team at Quality Propane and Fuels, committed to their customers and always looking to improve safety and efficiency, helping you cut energy costs. Payment programs available for any situation. Residential, commercial, or industrial, choose Quality Propane and Fuels. Call, stop by, or visit qualitypropaneandfuels.com.
At Chippewa Valley Financial Services, they know that taxes and bookkeeping are a necessary part of life and business, but often the last thing you'd like to be working on. With offices in Chippewa Falls and Eau Claire and a full staff of accountants, bookkeepers, and tax preparers, Chippewa Valley Financial Services stands ready to help businesses and individuals, taking away the burden and freeing up your time for what matters most. For taxes, accounting, and bookkeeping, there's only one name you need to know: Chippewa Valley Financial Services.
Hey, it's Caleb for Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire. The team at Livia personalized a weight loss and nutrition program just for me, and I lost 55 pounds in less than 3 months and have kept it off for well over a year. Livia also has the best pricing on GLP-1 medications, and they offer Lipo B12 and NAD Plus as well. Right now, you can save 50% on Livia's award-winning nutrition program. Lose 20 pounds or more by summer. Visit Livia.com, call 855-GO-LIVIA, or stop in to Livia Weight Control Center in Eau Claire.
All right, we close out the day here with some of the highlights and a check of the WOGO sports calendar. As we just heard from Chelsea Sikora, the co-head coach of the Cardinals. And so let's get to it. I would love to end on the positive note with the come from behind win, but the way that my highlights are lined up. So the Cards, it works out better to do game one and just follow in order. So again, for Chahai, a great double play to start the first inning. And that was a great defensive highlight, as the in the Kimberly game, they had a leadoff hitter, Hermes, who was aboard. But then the line shot to first, and Geist was able to take the double play unassisted, and then we pick up the highlights from there. Battle. It was 3-0, 3-2, and she got aboard after that full count. And this was a solid base hit up the middle, so Twyman is aboard with the single for the Cards. So there's a bunt attempt laid down beautifully by Romanowski again, and they're not going to have any play, and Twyman, a huge turn at second, draws the throw in the dirt, recovered there. And Hermes will hold on, but Romanowski, the best bunter on the Cardinal team, and she's the perfect hitter at number 2, isn't she?
Yeah, and she's quick.
Lawrence.
The 1-2 pitch. This one slugged to right field. There's a long run, and it's out of here for Shepard. A 3-run shot, and the Cardinals lead 3-0.
Shepard.
Where the ball.
The offense there for the Cardinals in the 4th inning, scoring the 3 runs in the game 1. Over Kimberly, but then Kimberly coming back to tie the game at 3, and then the Cardinals had to answer as they sought to do that as the game continued to unfold. Bottom half of the 5th, 3-3 game, and infield definitely in. I mean, they are as in can be. And you've got the second baseman as far in as I've seen. And there's a bunt attempt laid down, and they're going to try to make the play over at first and not be able to do it. And the errant throw goes out of fielded by the right fielder. Romanowski will stay, but runners at the corners as Twyman advances. Was on time.
Yeah.
And this one hit in the air to shallow center field. A long run over there, Addie Parrish, and the right fielder's going to make the catch, Brecken Lutke, but the runner's going to score for the Cardinals, and Twyman slides and gets the Cardinals the lead at. And so the Cardinals led 4-3 there, but then Kimberly answered, not only tying, but taking the lead over the Cardinals, and so Cha had to answer. They tried to rally in the bottom of the 6th and couldn't do it, and had to take care of business in the 7th inning, and even as it came down at one point to their final strike. Let's listen. The 3-2 count to the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch. She looks at ball 4, take your base. Romanowski aboard for the 4th time today. Georgia Romanowski, great on-base percentage, especially in game 1. To Elstead to keep throwing strikes. The 2-2 pitch, here it is. And this one, a base hit up the middle. There it is, a solid shot by the second baseman. And digging for third, and she's going to get there sliding safe is Shepard. And then into second is Henkelman, and the Cards stay alive for Allie Geist. So Henkelman with a huge hit that ultimately put runners in scoring position at second and third. And junior first baseman Allie Geist was called on with 2 outs, and the Cards down 1. To short, so officially 0 for 2 on the day. Cardinals trailing 5-4. The pitch from Elstead. And this one, base hit to center. The Cardinals runner to third, around third, and digging for home. Here comes the play at the plate, sliding center.
Wow.
Cardinals win! Cardinals win! Allie Geist delivers the huge hit.
For the
With
Cardinals
the runner
in the bottom
scoring
of
from
the
Shepard and Bennett from second, and the Cardinals win. What an unbelievable victory, 6-5.
That was awesome.
Wow, first ball hitting Allie Geist, and let's face it, this has been a tough year for Allie. What a sweet single for her and the Cardinals.
Yeah.
So Chi going on to the 6-5 victory. Game 2, they actually jumped out in front as well. Let's listen to a handful of highlights there, though not as delightful in the end. Later, the game-winning hit by Allie Geist, 2 runs scoring, a play at the plate. Very close play. And there's the ground ball. Romanowski deep in the hole, throws it across the diamond, and called in by Geist for the out. So a nice play that time by the Cardinals shortstop, Romanowski. The junior catcher. She looks at a called strike 1. So 0-1 to Shepard. YouTube channel. The loss last week. Off-speed pitch, and she hits it foul. No, it's right along the first baseline, and they're going to toss it to first, not in time. So it was a full-fledged hit, but it just kind of spun off the bat, and it stayed fair along the first baseline, and Gracie Amundsen's aboard. 300 average on base percentage, and there's a grounder to second. Run's going to score, throw over to first in time, and the Cards lead at 1-0. She had only 6 walks on the season before today, and 4 of them today. 2 in the first game and 2 already in this game. The pitch, and this one to the outfield. It's going to get into center field for a base hit for Twyman, and the Cards lead it 2-0. The only runs Chi could muster on the day. We close out with a couple more highlights. Our Cardinal third baseman is Joe Rep, 1 base hit between short and third, and there we go. Way to go, McKenna. Love to see that. A solid single. McKenna Bauer. So important, setting the tone for the inning here and getting the late going, bottom of 5. The 2-2 pitch, she rocks and deals. Strike 3, the 6th strikeout of the day for Willa Reisinger. But it wasn't to be for the Cardinals. Reisinger went 5 2/3 before Delaney Barrow came in, and ultimately the difference, Watertown getting 3 runs across in their half of the late going of this 6th inning in the bottom of the 6th, and that was too much for Chi High to overcome, and they come up in the short end 5-2. So Chi High winning 1 and losing 1 today. Started the day 11-10, closed the day 12-11. Thanks to so many who made this broadcast possible, and I will thank them after I check the WOGO Sports calendar. So first things first. Yes, what's coming up for us here on WOGO Sports is this being the 17th, and coming up on Monday, it's McDonald Baseball. The Max at home at Gannon Family Field against Cadott. 4:40 the pregame on Monday with Caleb Swenson and Seth Smitsky on WOGO Sports. And then on Tuesday, it's Max Softball, also at home here against Somerset, a 4:40 pregame. And then on Thursday, we'll follow the Cardinal Baseball team to New Richmond in a big conference contest there, 4:40 the pregame, as Chad Frederick joins me for all the action. And stay tuned, as we'll be announcing and sharing through social media and at wogo.com what our playoff schedule is as well. Thanks to our radio producers, first Greg Stewart and then Dawson Halverson. Thanks to our video producers, Gavin Bovey and Carter Jagger. I'm Mark Halverson. Again, recapping the Cardinals winning Game 1 in dramatic come-from-behind style in the bottom of the 7th, 6-5 over Kimberly, but losing this second game in this Chi High quad today to Watertown 5-2. You've been listening to Cardinal Softball, Chi High Softball. The preceding has been a WOGO Sports production. Good afternoon.
Coverage of the Lady Cards is brought to you by Royal Credit Union, Tyson Ford of Chippewa Falls, White City Glass, Stelter Incorporated, Quality Propane and Fuels, and Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. This has been Chi High Lady Cardinals Softball on WOGO Sports. We now return to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress.
WOGO.